So let's take a legal deep dive into the California wildfires. At least 5 lawsuits were filed on Monday in the Eaton fire. Homeowners and renters who lost their homes are suing Southern California Edison, alleging the electric company failed to de-energize all of its electrical equipment despite red flag warnings by the National Weather Service. And then from the Palisades fire, a group of residents and businesses from Pacific Palisades filed a lawsuit against the Los Angeles Department of Water and Power, alleging that the city and the agency were unprepared for that fire. So Hector joins us once again. Hector, do these residents really stand a chance? I mean, it almost sounds like a case of David and Goliath.
Yeah, it can be. You know, there's no question that the power company here is going to, if not already, getting their legal teams together in terms of the issues, looking at the evidence. You know, California passed a law recently that doesn't require the homeowner or those that were injured to show negligence on behalf of a company like California Edison. They only have to show that they were the cause of the fire.
Okay.
So it makes it a lot easier.
Right.
That's not lost on California Edison. No doubt California Edison is looking at this issue of whether or not the fire was started by bad actors. Were there, you know, was this arson?
Was it intentionally set?
Right.
Yeah.
And they are undoubtedly spending a lot of time in terms of looking at those issues. Yes, David and Goliath, yes, it could be, but it's also not lost on the lawyers that are representing some of these homeowners that California Edison has had a lot of problems previously.
Yeah.
In terms of their, you know, some of their reputation amongst the, you know, the various communities there in California. And so, you know, the right jury, this is going to be a process, so it's not going to be overnight. I think that
Probably drawn out.
Absolutely, and some of these homeowners are, you know, we just heard in the earlier, they're reporting that, you know, they're without homes right now.
Yeah.
And so there's going to be this kind of pressure in terms of whether they, you know, if there is an early settlement, do we accept it? Do we, you know, what do we do? These are class actions that are going to be put together, which means the entirety of the class has to agree to the settlement.
Yeah.
That doesn't always happen. That's not an easy process.
Well, see, and that's the thing, you know, in times like this, and we see it from coast to coast, right? The damages, they are catastrophic. The emotions are high. You can't blame all these residents, these thousands of residents, for being mad. They lost everything. So obviously they want accountability. So, but then on the flip side, I mean, what would lawyers for these big corporations argue? I mean, what's their stand?
They're going to be methodical in terms of reviewing everything and looking at the cause. It's going to come down to whether or not there is a viable piece of evidence, or is there, you know, that connects California Edison to this fire. And that's going to drag out. It's going to really, and you know, they undoubtedly are going to want to settle some of this.
Okay.
Right, because of the public opinion that's out there, and you know, they have to recognize there are a lot of homeowners that are without homes right now.
So maybe end result will be a settlement.
Settlements.
Most likely. Okay, settlements. All right. Okay.